Sarah, do you have a minute?
Hi, Steve. What's up? Aren't you still at work?
No, I left early today. I needed to handle a personal matter.
Oh, really? What kind of personal stuff?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain over the phone. It'll be easier to explain when I get home. Is that okay?
You're being really mysterious. Should I be worried?
No need to worry. It's just complicated.
Yeah, I'm curious, but if you'll explain when you get home, that's fine.
Thanks for understanding. How was your day?
Pretty normal. Just did some cleaning and caught up on laundry.
Thanks. By the way, what's for dinner tonight?
Stuffed bell peppers. They're already done, so you can eat as soon as you get home.
Those are my favorite. You always make them perfectly.
I know, that's why I made them. I figured you'd be hungry after work.
Sorry to ask when dinner's already made, but could you make some pasta too? Just a small portion would be fine.
Sure, I can do that. What's up? The peppers aren't enough? Or were you craving pasta?
Something like that. Also, do we have any plastic dishes?
Plastic dishes? That's even stranger.
Yeah, but I just need something that doesn't easily break when it's dropped.
You mean like kids' dishes? No, we don't have any of those. We do have those paper plates from when we went on that picnic, though.
Those might work for now. Do you have any of the deep ones? I want to use them for the pasta.
Yeah, we do. Is someone coming over?
Huh? Why do you ask?
Well, just the way you're talking. Pasta and unbreakable dishes? That sounds like you're expecting a kid to visit. Am I wrong?
You're pretty much right.
I knew it. Is it a coworker's child? Should I make some extra food besides the pasta?
No, just the pasta is fine.
Are you sure? I can whip up something else quickly.
Really, just the pasta is enough.
But we only have enough for you and me. Won't that be too little? Aren't they coming with their parent?
Well, I'll explain that when I get home too.
You're being really mysterious today, Steve.
Oh, and make the pasta plain, please. There's still little, so they might not be able to eat it with meat or strong seasonings.
How young are we talking about here?
You'll see when I get home.
All right, got it. Plain pasta it is. How far away are you?
About 20 minutes. Thanks for being so understanding.
Of course, though you're making me really curious now.
I know. I'll explain everything soon. Just keep an open mind, okay?
Now I'm definitely worried.
Don't be. I'll be home soon.
Sarah, how's everything going? Is the little one behaving well? Hi, Linda. Yes, things are okay, all things considered. I've been so worried. I know this is a lot to take in. It definitely is, but we're managing. How is she adjusting? Yeah, she's been good. We were playing together until just now. Katie's actually sleeping now, tired from all the playing. That's wonderful to hear. Has she been sleeping well? On and off, better than the first night at least. I'm glad she's settling in, and I'm so sorry about all this. Getting you caught up in our family drama. It must have been quite a shock. You could say that again. I feel terrible about the whole situation. Well, yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting Steve to come home with a child and just announce that she'd be living with us from now on. I can imagine. I was shocked when I first heard about it too. When exactly did you find out about this? Oh, just recently. Very recently. And this is Steve's sister Amy's child, right? Yes, that's right. She hadn't bothered to contact us in ages, then suddenly showed up, dumped Katie with us saying we needed to take care of her, and just took off. I can't even with my own daughter sometimes. That seems very sudden. Did she say why? She wasn't exactly forthcoming with explanations. That's awful. Amy was married, wasn't she? Does her husband know about any of this? Who knows? We hadn't heard from her in forever, you know, and she left so quickly this time, we couldn't get any details out of her. Did she seem different when she dropped Katie off? Different how? I don't know, just wondering if something seemed off about her. Everything about this situation is off, dear. I see. I don't know what's going on with her, but I feel so bad for little Katie. I know, she's only 3. She probably doesn't even understand that her mom left her. It just breaks my heart. Has she asked about her mother? Not really. Maybe that's for the best right now. Do you have any idea where Amy might be? I don't have her contact info, so I can't do anything, but you and Steve have been trying to reach her, right? We've been trying everything we can think of. And nothing? No luck at all. She's completely ghosting us. Won't respond to any calls or messages. That seems very unlike Amy, at least from what I remember of her. People change, dear. Sometimes not for the better. So, what are we going to do? We can't just leave things like this, can we? I'm working on finding her, reaching out to anyone who might know something, even hired a private investigator. It might take some time, but we'll definitely track her down. Don't worry. A private investigator? That's serious. Well, we need to find her, for Katie's sake. I hope she's found soon. If Amy's dealing with some kind of problem, that needs to be sorted out too. I'd love for Katie to be able to be with her mom again. You're so kind. Here we are causing you all this trouble with my daughter's mess, when really I should be the one taking Katie in. No, really, having Katie around has actually made the past few days a lot more interesting. Besides, you have your job, Linda. I'm the only one who can watch Katie all day, so please don't worry about it. I'll try to find her as quickly as possible, and I'll definitely make this up to you somehow. Really, it's fine. We help each other out when times are tough, right? I'm so glad you see it that way. I was worried at first, but things seem to be working out. Katie seems to be getting attached to you too, isn't she? Actually, not at all with me. Really? I thought she would, since you're so good with kids. She took to Steve right away, though. It was like they'd known each other forever, not like they just met. Oh, that's interesting. Isn't it? Almost too interesting. Maybe it's because he and Amy are siblings. They might look alike. But Steve and Amy look nothing alike. Well, kids can be surprisingly perceptive. Maybe it's just the family vibe they pick up on. Maybe, though Katie doesn't look like Amy either. If anything, she looks more like Steve. I actually asked him straight up, are you sure this is Amy's child? Well, she came directly to me, so you can rest easy about that. She's definitely my daughter's child. It's not like Steve had an affair and this is a secret love child or anything. That would be a problem. Yes, it would. Sorry, that was a bad joke. You seem very certain about all this. Of course I am. I'm her grandmother after all. Don't worry about it. Besides, Katie's still adorable no matter what. I'll take good care of her until we find Amy. Thanks for everything, Sarah. I know it's a lot of work, but we really appreciate it. Of course, family helps family, right? Right, family helps family.
Sarah, it just finished work. How was Katie today?
She's been playing with her toys all afternoon.
That's good. Did she eat her lunch?
Yeah, ate all of it up. She's doing well. Still won't warm up to me, but she's been crazy about you since day one, hasn't she?
Kids are just like that sometimes.
Are they? She doesn't act like this with anyone else.
Maybe because you're scary when you're mad. Katie probably senses that instinctively.
You think so?
You do get pretty intense sometimes.
And yet, she warmed up to you instantly.
Well, she's Amy's kid after all. She probably sees something of Amy in me. Though who knows where Amy even is these days.
Your mom hired a private investigator, did you know?
Oh yeah? That's good.
You don't seem very concerned about finding her.
Of course I am. She's my sister.
Something's not right here.
If you're talking about my sister, I agree. Abandoning such a young child, that's just wrong for a mother.
No, not that. I mean, you and Katie's relationship. Don't you think she's way too attached to you?
Not this again.
Yes, this again. It's strange.
This again? I told you, she's my sister's kid. Wait, when you asked before if she was really Amy's kid, that wasn't actually a joke?
What kind of person would joke about something like that?
I can't believe you're serious about this.
That would be a pretty messed up joke, don't you think? I asked because something fell off. Katie looks more like you than Amy.
She's my sister's kid, for crying out loud. Of course there might be some family resemblance. Plus, you talk to Mom. What, you think Mom and I are lying?
Should I not think that?
What are you implying?
That's exactly what I think. Amy called. Says she doesn't have any kids. Says she's never even heard of a kid named Katie.
What? You don't even have Amy's contact info. How could she have called you? Cut out this sick joke.
Just because I don't have her number doesn't mean she can't find ours. She called her home phone. She said she was overseas until recently because of her husband's work. Said both you and Linda should know about that.
So what?
So everything you've told me is a lie.
You don't know what you're talking about.
She called because she's back in the country now. But if that's true, who was it that dropped Katie off with Linda? How could Amy do that if she was overseas? Whose child is Katie really?
You're not seriously believing Amy over me, are you? She'll lie about anything if it suits her. She's just lying about Katie because it's convenient for her.
Then why would she call our house? If what you're saying is true, Amy wouldn't need to do that.
Maybe she's trying to get you on her side. Maybe she wants you to keep looking after Katie.
But this is so roundabout, isn't it?
How should I know? Look, whatever Amy's saying is a lie. Katie is definitely her kid.
Is that so? You know what's been bugging me? Why haven't you asked about where Amy is?
Huh? What do you mean?
Don't play dumb. You haven't asked once.
Asked what?
Well, you and Linda are supposedly looking for Amy, right? Shouldn't that be the first thing you'd want to know? But you haven't even asked.
That's because you're saying all this weird stuff. Besides, you probably don't even know where she is. She just called, right?
I know exactly where she is.
What do you mean?
Actually, I do know. She's at our house right now with Katie's real mom. They're both pretty furious about how you used your own sister as a cover for your affair. You might want to come home soon. Your mistress is waiting too.
You knew everything?
Did you really think I wouldn't figure it out?
How long have you known?
I was waiting to see how long it would take you to tell the truth. Amy's watching this text conversation too, by the way. You're not getting off easy. She told me everything about your affair.
So she spilled everything, huh?
Every last detail.
Fine. Want a divorce? Since everything's out in the open, I'll pay alimony.
So now you're just going to be brazen about it?
No point in making excuses now, is there? Katie is my kid. Happy now?
That's all you have to say for yourself?
What else is there to say?
How about explaining yourself? You've been letting her mother take care of Katie all this time, so why suddenly decide to take her?
It's complicated.
I've got time.
It wasn't supposed to happen like this.
How was it supposed to happen?
Mom found out. She said if I was gonna take Katie in, we should keep you in the dark. I'd already broken things off with her anyway, so Mom thought it'd be fine. Even if she told you about the affair, Katie's still her grandkid.
So this whole thing was your mother's idea?
She thought it would work.
And you just went along with it?
What else could I do? Katie is my daughter.
You could have told me the truth.
And risk losing everything?
Did you really think I wouldn't figure it out? That's incredibly naive.
I thought that too, but Mom said if we both worked on convincing you, it'd be fine. Besides, we didn't think Amy would be back for years. After a few years, you'd be attached to Katie. We thought things would work out somehow.
You thought I'd just accept it? Just like that?
Eventually, yeah.
So you were planning to use Katie too. Some father you are. That's absolutely disgusting.
I was trying to do right by her.
By lying to everyone?
By giving her a proper family.
A proper family built on lies.
Look, it's all over now anyway. If you want a divorce, fine. I'll pay whatever settlement you want. Just try to understand.
Understand what? How you lied to me? Used your sister's name? Took a child from her mother?
I did it for Katie.
Well, fine. If you're offering divorce and settlement money, I don't have any complaints.
That's a relief. So we're done here, right?
Oh, but Amy's going to sue both you and Linda. And by the way, your mistress is suing you too.
Sue us? Are they crazy?
Amy had her name used without permission. Seems pretty reasonable to me.
I'm Katie's father. I get Amy wanting to sue me, but why is my girlfriend suing me?
Are you serious right now?
Yes, I'm serious. She's the one who had the affair with me. She can't complain.
You basically kidnapped Katie, Steve. Even if you're her father, that's not okay. You could actually go to prison for this.
Prison? You've got to be kidding. She's right there, isn't she? Make her stop this right now. She was the one who had an affair with me, so you must hate her. Why are you letting her do this?
You don't get to tell me who to hate.
But we can work this out.
Sure, the affair is unforgivable. But right now, you're the one I hate most. If you're going to hell for this, I honestly don't care what happens to anyone else.
You're being unreasonable. I said I'd divorce you and pay settlement money. I'm taking my punishment for the affair. What more do you want?
What more do I want? Are you kidding me?
I'm trying to make this right.
Just divorce and money for having an affair and making a child with another woman? You're seriously underestimating how much you've hurt us all. You really think we'd let you off that easy? We're all going to work together to make your life hell, so be ready.
This isn't fair.
Neither was what you did to us.
You can't do this to me!
Watch us. Linda, good evening. Do you have time to talk? It's important. Sarah, what's wrong? Calling at this hour? Is it something about Katie? You could say that. Is she sick? Do you need me to come over? No, she's fine. This is about something else. Just so you know, we still haven't found my daughter. I know it's hard on you, but please wait a bit longer. Oh, that's fine. Amy's at my house right now. What? At your house? Is that true? Surprised to hear that? Of course I am. When did she come back? Yes, it is, though I guess that's pretty inconvenient for you. What are you talking about? This is great news. But wait, don't show Katie to her yet. Let me come over first. You absolutely cannot let them meet until I get there. And why is that, Linda? What do you mean? I mean, why not? Katie is Amy's daughter, right? I haven't told you this before, but apparently she was horrible to Katie. Abusive. Katie's afraid of her. That's why you can't do anything until I get there. That's interesting. Amy seems to have a different story. What other story could there be? Wow, you and Steve really are alike. Like mother, like son. You're both terrible liars. Sarah, dear, you're not making any sense. I'm making perfect sense. You're just not ready to hear it. What's got into you? Did I say something wrong? You've been saying wrong things this whole time. Every lie you tell just makes Amy and me angrier. What exactly are you accusing me of? You know exactly what I'm talking about. What are you talking about? Come on, don't play dumb now. We know everything. That Katie isn't Amy's daughter, that Steve had an affair and had Katie, and that you told Steve to have me to take Katie in. I know it all. You must be confused. Am I? Want me to tell you exactly what happened? What in the world are you talking about? I'd respect your dedication if it wasn't so infuriating. That thick skin of yours is actually impressive. Everything else about you is awful, but I'll give you that much. Well, if you're saying all this, I guess you really do know everything. Finally admitting it? Look, Sarah, I only did this because Steve made me. I really didn't want to do any of this. Really? That's not what Steve says. What did he tell you? Honey, Steve says you're the one who told him to do it. That boy always lies when he's in trouble. I'm his mother. I know how he operates. So now you're throwing your own son under the bus? I'm just telling you the truth. You're saying you're not at fault here? I'm not saying I'm innocent, but come on, you understand, right? I was forced to help, so maybe... Maybe what? I should forgive you? We could work something out. You two really are perfect for each other. No wonder your own daughter is suing you. What do you mean? Exactly what I said. Amy's suing both you and Steve for defamation. Seems fair since you dragged her name through the mud without her knowledge. Sue her own mother? Is she out of her mind? The only ones out of their minds are you two. By the way, I'm suing you both as well. You can't be serious. Watch me. After everything I've done for you. You mean after everything you've done to me? This whole thing is grounds for my divorce from Steve. Getting settlement money will be a piece of cake. Plus, there's the whole matter of forcibly taking Katie. We're suing for that too. Wait, hold on. I told you, I only did this because Steve made me. How is it fair that I'm getting sued by 3 people? Don't worry, Steve's getting sued by all 3 of us too. There's your fairness. But this is just... Look, what's going to happen to me? You don't think I'll actually go to jail, do you? Taking Katie by force was literally a crime. I don't know about jail, but you're definitely getting a criminal record. But this was just a momentary lapse in judgment. We didn't mean any harm. Please, you have to help me. Help you? Like you helped me. I do feel bad about it. If you really felt bad, you wouldn't be making excuses. All these excuses just prove you don't think you did anything wrong. You really think we're going to go easy on you? But ganging up on an old woman like this, don't you have any compassion? Can you be a little lenient? Compassion? Like the compassion you showed me? I was just trying to protect my family. By destroying mine? Thanks to what you and Steve did, I don't have any compassion left. At least you two can go to hell together as a family. Maybe after that, I'll listen to what you have to say. Sarah, please. Goodbye, Linda. Talk to your lawyer from now on. After that, my divorce from Steve was finalized within months. The evidence of his affair and the subsequent attempt to deceive me made the proceedings surprisingly straightforward. I got settlement money from both him and his mistress, Katie's mother. The amount was substantial enough to give me a fresh start, though no amount of money could really make up for the betrayal. Amy's defamation suit against both Steve and Linda was successful. She was rightfully furious about having her name and reputation used to cover up their scheme. The court agreed that using her name without permission, especially to cover up their crimes, was a serious offense. Katie's mother also sued them for forcibly taking her child, regardless of Steve being the father. She had documentation proving she'd been Katie's primary caregiver since birth, and Steve's actions were deemed legally unjustifiable. As a result, both Linda and Steve had to pay significant fines and received criminal sentences. While they weren't arrested, they both ended up with criminal records. The judge was particularly harsh with them because of how they had planned to manipulate me into accepting Katie, showing a complete disregard for both the child's and the mother's rights. The scandal was too much for them to handle. Because of this, they couldn't stay in town anymore and moved away like fugitives. I don't know where they are or what they're doing now, but I doubt they'll ever be able to live normal lives again. Even though she was a victim too, she felt responsible because it was her family who did this. I accepted her apology right away, and we're still good friends to this day. She's been a tremendous support through all of this, and we've grown closer because of this shared experience. As for Katie, she's living happily with her real mother now. The court mandated that Steve could only have supervised visitation rights, given his previous actions. To be honest, I still can't forgive this woman for having an affair with Steve and getting pregnant. The betrayal runs too deep, but I've seen how much she regrets what happened and how well she takes care of Katie. Though that's not the only reason. I don't feel like blaming her anymore. I've seen her working hard to make amends and be the best mother she can be to Katie. I just hope that for Katie's sake, she never makes these kinds of mistakes again. The whole experience taught me a lot about trust and forgiveness. While I couldn't forgive Steve and Linda for their calculated deception, I found it in my heart to move past my anger towards Katie's mother. She made a terrible mistake, but at least she was willing to face the consequences honestly in the end. That's more than I can say for my ex-husband and his mother. Sometimes I think about Katie and hope she's growing up happy and loved. Despite everything that happened, she was just an innocent child caught in the middle of adult mistakes. I hope that someday, when she's old enough to understand what happened, she'll know that none of this was her fault. As for me, I'm slowly rebuilding my life. The settlement money helped me start fresh, and I found that there's a certain peace in being free from all the lies and manipulation. It's not the life I thought I'd have, but maybe it's the life I needed to find my way to something better.